And welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. Or that. We also do that, I guess.
It's the same embarrassment you feel about us, the way we're feeling about you now.
The fuck was that?
We are currently playing Dungeons & Dragons.
Oh my god. Welcome. We're already loopy. What could possibly go wrong? Play Dungeons & Dragons. We'll play Dungeons & Dragons. And play Dungeons & Dragons. Travis is in a good mood. Play Dungeons & Dragons.
I'm excited.
Dungeons & Dragons.
That's what we do.
Yes.
What's Dungeons and Dragons?
You will find out. Play Dungeons & Dragons. Play Dungeons & Dragons. Before we play Dungeons & Dragons. Like that. Play Dungeons & Dragons. Before we get into play Dungeons & Dragons. Play Dungeons & Dragons. Before we go ahead and play Dungeons & Dragons. Play Dungeons & Dragons. Play Dungeons & Dragons.
We should just
You're
get
the only
like
one.
a sound cue for that at this point.
It's expected now.
It's kind of like our version of bam, 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 bam.
Very much.
It's you. I like it. Play Dungeons & Dragons.
We play Dungeons.
We're gonna have Laura play Dungeons & Dragons. Oh, we are already in top form tonight, if you couldn't tell. And play Dungeons & Dragons. Like that. And play Dungeons & Dragons. Nice try. Play Dungeons & Dragons. And play Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, okay. And play Dungeons & Dragons.
It's Arsenio now?
Woof, woof, woof.
Okay.
92 in the house.
You were
Whoa.
3.
Whoa.
Play Dungeons & Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
And play Dungeons & Dragons. And play Dungeons & Dragons. Oh, we're in rare form already. This is bad.
Really a permanent installment? It's here for good?
Yeah, it's here.
Okay.
It's here.
Oh boy. And play Dungeons & Dragons. Dungeons & Dragons. What even? Okay. Play Dungeons & Dragons.
Dragons?
This is just descends into further madness. I know.
Oh.
Well, play Dungeons & Dragons.
Worse and worse.
It's a slow descent into complete and utter madness. Play Dungeons & Dragons. All right. Play Dungeons & Dragons. Still never ready.
Real spit take.
I didn't know if it was gonna work. I didn't know if it was gonna work.
Congratulations. You guys are punking yourselves now. I love this.
Just sit on that for years.
Play Dungeons & Dragons. You got it. That's good. That was good. And play Dungeons & Dragons.
Wow.
You were.
Just let
I
you
don't
go.
understand what's happening.
You guys. Yeah, you got abandoned on that one.
I was distracted by Marisha's call out. Baby.
Jump into the water at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Nope. Play Dungeons & Dragons. The evolution of that still escapes me. Play Dungeons & Dragons. Play Dungeons & Dragons.
Not okay.
Oh my god.
Play Dungeons & Dragons.
We play Dungeons and Dragons.
Do you want to?
Wow.
We're drinking.
I'm gonna
over
get
here.
it.
I see you already started, didn't you?
Click.
And play Dungeons & Dragons.
Dragons.
And play Dungeons & Dragons.
Dragons. Come on.
Sorry, I was distracted by Sam's.
It'll do that. It'll do that. Play Dungeons & Dragons. Play Dungeons & Dragons. Case in point. Voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. This is so insane. Play Dungeons and Dragons.
Thank you, Liam.
Wow. Play Dungeons and Dragons. We do have and play Dungeons and Dragons. Indeed. Play Dungeons and Dragons. Play Dungeons and Dragons. Like that. Play Dungeons and Dragons. Before we get into tonight, wow. Play Dungeons and Dragons. That's new.
Gotta mix it up.
Yeah, sure. Play Dungeons and Dragons.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. There, you have it. Play Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm doing it now.
Play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oops.
Play Dungeons and Dragons.
That was nice, you guys.
That was a thing. Play Dungeons and Dragons. Like that. Every time. Play Dungeons and Dragons.
We play Dungeons and Dragons.
Wow.
It's been 2 weeks. Some people are still coming online. Play Dungeons and Dragons. Play Dungeons and Dragons. And play Dungeons and Dragons. Play Dungeons and Dragons. There you have it. Play Dungeons and Dragons. Play Dungeons and Dragons. That was a thinner one this week.
People bailed on me.
Yeah, your friends abandoned you on that.
With you?
Thank you.
Play Dungeons and Dragons. Play Dungeons and Dragons. That may be the most ridiculous one yet.
Thank you.
It's on the possible range.
try.
You do.